So, Deltarune is releasing in less than a week, and as such, it is the perfect opportunity to cover some of the more unusual and hidden aspects of Deltarune. And recently, I was looking for new songs to fill my videos with, because don't get me wrong, the Deltarune soundtrack is incredible, but you can only use the same songs so many times before they start to become bland and mundane. And in doing so, I stumbled upon the Unused soundtrack for Deltarune, containing some very interesting songs. So, before we begin, welcome to Epoch, your favorite place for everything indie game related, and let's cover some interesting facts about every unused Deltarune song. Thrash Rating is by far the shortest unused track, being only a melody repeated over and over, and it was probably meant to play in a setting where Susie would rate how good your thrash machine was after you create it in Chapter 1, but was probably scrapped since it would have been a short sequence anyways. This song is rather interesting. Many of you are probably confused as to why this is on here, but it's actually not the same Welcome to the City that we hear in game. The original version of Welcome to the City has a slightly faster BPM, whereas the one that was used in game was slowed down, though the pitch is the same between the two. This version of Lost Girl was shown on a Twitter post by Toby Fox, in which he stated, of course there wasn't only one version of the song, and also stating that he hopes we can be friends with everyone someday, which is rather interesting, but it probably doesn't have any deeper meaning. This alternate song for the school was scrapped because Toby Fox was worried about overusing the main theme too much, but despite that I think it would have actually worked really well. This theme was meant to play over the checkerboard area, but since it was such a short area to begin with, Toby decided he shouldn't put it in the game. Also, it contains a similar motif to the door, though not quite exactly the same. This theme features a far more serious rules card battle theme, and interestingly contains Queen's motif near the end of the song, meaning more likely than not it was for this battle in the Queen's mansion. This is one of my favorite unused songs in the entire soundtrack, featuring a darker yet darker sounding version of the legend, almost as if the roaring and the prophecy were playing out while this played in the background. Susie joined the party for real, but not with this song sadly. This song sounds almost like a King's Battle received a hard mode variant, which I'm hoping this theme will get a full version as a Party Dojo challenge or something similar down the road when Chapter 7 releases. This track named Fountain is definitely my favorite song, used or unused in Deltarune, and also it has a striking resemblance to the songs from the one-shot OST, which I generally like since they're rather relaxing. This song later ended up being turned into the music in the trailer that caused the hype around the game to rekindle in the first place, although there is a slight part cut out in that trailer for the game, probably because Toby and the team didn't want the trailer to take up too much time in the Nintendo Direct. This song has two birds in the background, making it rather unusual compared to the other unused songs, but apart from that, there's not much to say. This song features the Girl Next Door motif, though mainly being played on piano, which if this ever appears in game, it would be a great opportunity to have Chris show off their piano skills by playing the piano part in this song. This is presumably an unused version of Faint Glow, interestingly only being in the files in the 1.00 version of Chapter 2, then never being included after that, but I could see it possibly being used in the future chapters. This song is just Sweet Captain Cake's battle theme, but unfinished. Not much else to say. This song interestingly sounds similar to Digital Roots, the song that plays in the basement in Chapter 2, though it is pitched up slightly faster and doesn't have the atmospheric noises in the background. This unused song features the same motif as another Toby Fox song called Nightmare Night, and also shares its name with another song in the Deltarune Chapter 1 soundtrack, that being the one that plays after the pacifist ending. This song has an interesting bit of history. It's a Chapter 3 song that Toby claimed is scrapped, saying, well, that's just how cowboy shows go, I guess, but it is still many people's favorite leaked song from Chapter 3, and many speculate that it could still be used, but in a separate part in Chapter 3. This song is a remix version of Mettaton Neo's theme, which was scrapped after Spamton's character was fully conceptualized, but funnily enough, we still have a few more Spamton related songs that were inevitably scrapped. This song actually has two different variations, though they're nearly identical, so for all intents and purposes, this is one scrapped song, and famously features the freedom motif throughout the second half, definitely feeling like a more serious battle against Spamton, although significantly less creepy. This is the last Spamton related song on our list, and something rather interesting about this is that Toby has no recollection of creating this rendition of the song, making it feel kind of like Spamton snuck into the code and put it there himself. This song is the original battle theme that Toby was planning on using for Queen, and though unused, the motifs inside the song are used in almost every Queen-related song. Also, there is a different version of this that is used in-game, though not for very long. This song was originally going to be Castletown's theme. Toby wanted it to be a much more upbeat and lively song, but decided against it since it reminded him of a certain song, and it didn't fit the theme he ended up deciding on. This is apparently Toby's favorite unused song, being a much more intimidating sounding battle theme for Queen, though it ended up not fitting with her personality much, a little bit too serious for the more quippy and relaxed character of Queen, but just like King's theme, I think it could be a good fit for a rematch against the bosses in the Party Dojo when Chapter 7 releases. And with that, our interesting facts about Deltarune's unused tracks are complete. Along with now having a few new songs to use in the background of my videos, it gave us a great opportunity to look through some of the unused things in Deltarune, as well as allowing us to prepare ourselves to look through chapters 3 and 4 for similar things as well. But considering this is my final video before Deltarune chapters 3 and 4 release, if you are watching this before June 4th, then consider yourself one of the OGs. I'm extremely grateful to all all of you for building a community much larger than I ever would have anticipated. Whether you're subscribed, just watching, or full-on channel member, I can't thank you enough for being here and building hype around Deltarune's release. And if you want to see one last thing before Deltarune's release, I will be doing a Q&A stream on Monday, June 2nd to get everything prepared to stream Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4. And with that being said, this has been Epoch, your favorite place for everything indie game related, and I will see you all in the next one.
Bye bye.